Hola, all you awesome artists! Today I received a question from Kel Z. If you don't mind me asking, how or where do you display your work for your buyers to see? Good question, and the answer is even more awesome.
Rafi's tips for artists because he loves you.
In order to do this question any justice, I have to start at the beginning. A few years ago, when I decided that I was going to do my art as a career, I had no idea what it was that I was going to do, how I was going to sell it, where I could sell it. So I got started in the easiest place for me, which was a flea market. Now, a lot of times as an artist, you don't think of a flea market as a place to display your work. At a flea market, there isn't usually the filter of niceties that goes over somebody's mouth when they are talking about your work. This was a great experience for me to put my fears to the test and get my work out there. Now, after a while of being at the flea market, I started to look around and realized that this wasn't really the venue that I wanted to be at. And since I was already out there showing my work, another artist that saw me gave me some information on how to do some markets in town. Then I introduced myself to some of the galleries that were in town. And then from there, I started up my online store. So I started using social media, all kinds of social media. I have Facebook, Twitter, Google+, all of it. Basically, in this day and age, the way that it's set up is you have an online market that you could show off your pieces to. You probably have markets in your area. There are galleries that you can approach. Now, as far as doing markets and shows, the best way to find information that I found is through word of mouth. So just visit one of these art shows and talk to some of the artists there and ask them, how did you get into this show? Or what is it that I need to do to get into a show like this, or what kind of shows are there in the area? If you run into somebody that doesn't want to share information with you, well, then just walk away from them. They're an idiot. I also have pieces that are set up in local businesses like restaurants or coffee shops. You can approach those and see if they have artwork up on their wall and ask. It does not hurt to ask. The whole point is to look for as many outlets as you can to be able to get your art in front of people. If your art is sitting at home, nobody's going to be able to admire it, and if they can't admire it, nobody's going to buy it. After you've built an audience, you get to look at different venues that you're doing and whether or not they're still working out for you, whether or not you want to pull away from them, whether or not there's something new that you want to strive for. I would suggest to constantly be looking to strive forward, to grow on your last experience and keep moving forward. So Kel, in order to answer your question honestly, I try to do everything that I can in order to get my artwork out in front of people. Use the internet to get your stuff out there. Find out what kind of shows or festivals are going on in your area and see if you could be a part of them. Reach out to your local businesses and see how they would feel about you putting some of your artwork on their wall. Get your stuff out in front of people where they could admire it. Now, if you guys have any questions or comments or anything that you'd like to add or that you'd like to ask me, to see what my thoughts are on it, just leave them in the comments below. Thank you so much, guys. You guys are absolutely freaking awesome. I totally appreciate you. And if you like what you see here and like to subscribe, just click on my face. Say goodbye, Clee.
Good day.
Adios.